Hello, dear friends. Let me spin my story, a story of yarn and time woven in the voice of hearth fires, twilight craft, and the soft hush of wool between fingertips. This story is called The Spinner of Remembered Threads. It's a tale of fiber, memory, and finding one's true strand. There once was a child who watched more than she spoke, whose hands twitched with quiet longing in places where silence lived, waiting rooms, long car rides, the ticking hush of grown-up time. One day, in such a waiting place, she saw something magical. An older woman sat with a basket of soft colors and a silver hook that danced like a dragonfly across the loops of yarn. The child's eyes widened. She did not ask questions. She simply watched, memorized, felt the rhythm. Later, she found a scrap of yarn, bent a paperclip into a hook, and tried to mimic the movement she'd seen. Her fingers fumbled, but the pattern whispered to her. She did not yet know the words, but oh, the language of fiber had already taken root in her bones. As seasons passed, she chased the call of craft like moonlight through trees. She learned to knit, fingers catching the rhythm from others like sparks catching tinder. She explored sewing and quilting, stitching patches of stories into soft canvases of comfort. She even learned the ancient art of tatting, wielding a shuttle like a wand, spinning knots into beauty. Each new art form was a thrill, a doorway, but always, always she came home to crochet. The hook fit her hand like it had been waiting there. It was not just craft, it was comfort. A whisper from her younger self, "This is where you belong." But one day, her hands reached for something older than patterns. She picked up a drop spindle, clumsy and simple, the same tool used by grandmothers of grandmothers, and suddenly, her yarn did not come from a store. It came from her. She spun wool into thread, and with it, she spun connection. She felt her ancestors with every twist, women who spun by firelight, who wove what they wore, who wrapped their families in blankets of their own hands. She spun the memory of sheep in misty fields. She spun the whisper of linen from flax. She spun the scent of raw fleece and the sound of history in motion. And as her spindle danced, she gave thanks. Thanks for the fibers at her fingertips, alpaca, merino, bamboo, cotton, silk, no longer rare, no longer out of reach. Thanks for the rainbow of tools her foremothers could never dream of, ergonomic hooks, swifts, ball winders, soft light, and time enough to create. She knew now this wasn't just a hobby. It was her craft, her calling, her soul made visible. She was not just making scarves or blankets or socks. She was weaving herself back into the great pattern, loop by loop, twist by twist, spinning joy, resilience, and memory into everything she touched. And the thread, old and endless, recognized her. It whispered, "Welcome home, spinner of remembered threads." Thank you so much for listening to my story. If you are into this kind of storytelling, stick around. I'm new to posting on YouTube. I'm just kind of getting started. I did take a little break because we had an injury in our family, which has since mostly recovered. And so we're doing very, very well. And I'd like to start spending some time over here on YouTube. So again, if you're interested in this thing, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for listening to my story of my fiber art journey. And I'd love to hear yours. So take care, my friends, and be well.